Hey y'all, we got the Justice Department with me right now, and everybody is on my chat, and I want them to know the truth of what's going on. Boosie is going live. I want them to know the truth when Boosie talked about me in inbox when I don't work for somebody and I got a disability, and he's live right now, and everybody believe in him. Him and Mo3 and them took something, and the rest of them, and people say I work for someone. No, baby, I don't. This was about Social Security the whole time. And he live right now. And I want him to know something. When you talk about inbox with me and you in MO3, was it fair for Carrollton community? Let me tell you something. The Dallas DEA was already in the mall. It was already in the mall. I want him to know because he's live right now. They was in that mall. They was in Carrollton. They was walking around Carrollton, Texas. You think you know everything that's going on. You know you wrong for what you did. Y'all know y'all wrong for what y'all did. And they gave a yellow breeze. I want him to hear me. God want to hear me. You said your name carry weight. God said my name carry weight. My name carry weight. This honesty has been given. My mission was about Social Security the whole time. Drake said we didn't hear that much about you. I promised the truth bone would be revealed. I did everything right. And I don't care about the lies that anybody tell. Nelly said they only in it for the cause. The people that laughed at me and the guy that was neglected, they got stuff that's going on in Atlanta right now. I talk to people from all over the club. Other people got my social media. I grew up blind with people from off of Live Me, other platform, California. One guy said, Hubert, don't get mad if I don't follow you anything of a fan. Just know that don't get mad. People from St. Louis, from Chicago, we had that great connection. And one thing that I tried to listen to everybody said, Hugh, we one thing New York, everybody from off of Live Me, Tennessee, and I talk to people from Boston, UK, talent. I grow up bonding with people. It's not just about me, getting money and doing things, playing my music with them and doing all of those things. And doing all of those things. It's not about those things. It's about what's the connection. Is I'm willing to get on my social media and listen to people while I play my music. I told everybody about my channel. People in New York say, "You, I hope you." And people in California, Detroit, Chicago, other people St. Louis, Louisiana, everybody. People that when Baca Flanca was talking about people on other platforms say, Hubert, I love your work, I love your music. People from different platforms say, I love your music, Hubert. I ain't like girls and people on swimming pools off of different apps, man, off of things. But one thing, me and people in Chicago, we understood something like I just had to let them know and like I wanted them to understand people from different other things that you have to be willing to teach and everybody when it comes to certain things people want to learn. We discussed so many things of what we are doing. The mayor was wrong. I didn't do nothing. The mayor lied. The police officer turned it and laughed at me. Trump already had the calls. I want him to go when the Ernest said I got my eyes on the prize. And that don't mean no. I want you to go when the preacher said something about the preacher said something about what that is. The preacher said that if your baby is sent from a gift from heaven, what the news talk about jobs. What happened with that police officer that was not supposed to go to jail in Garland? My connection go from Garland. What happened when he was not supposed to go to jail? What happened with that Garland police was not supposed to go to jail? The same day, what happened when why he's in jail for no damn reason for doing his damn job, protecting why people were terrorizing me and calling me out of my name? What happened with that? But I want to know what happened with that. These little kids, people at the Willowbend Mall at Plano and the Willowbend off Horizon where I used to stay at, that bus, it's going to be sad things are not going to work out for these kids because of stubborn, blind behavior. It's sad because the construction workers I was talking to over on the other side of Carrollton, the people in the mall said it was a good idea. The construction, everybody in the Galleria Mall say the businesses in the Galleria Mall said it was a good idea. Everybody, every business officer, business people, the hair salon, this would be a big impact for them. Everybody said it was a good idea. The Willowbend Mall, you know what that lady told me in the plane over? I don't care about the money. You know how I feel to see those little kids? You don't know how I feel to see how we can create a billion more jobs for the music industry and do all of those things? You want them to bring my social security papers? I didn't start talking till I was like 10. You want them to bring that? God said, you want them to bring it? Your name, can God say my name carry weight? My name carry weight. They was watching you. Trump was down. Pay attention to everything that's going on. Pay attention to what is going on here. Mick Mills made that song, right? Mick Mills made that song. Why you gonna bring my chat in there? People from Chicago, Detroit, we had disagreement in New York. I'm in the house. We had a little disagreement, but everybody. One thing God said, the devil can cause confusion and tell you that you're trying to stop and come between your family and come in your family and tell you, like my dad said, but your family got to know that you've been honest. And when we talk about certain things, work for DJ Khaled and talk about those things. When you work for DJ Khaled and all the rest of those things in country singing, and you got to know that your family know you've been honest because the community don't care. Why the sense for that? You and MO3 took something, y'all lied about it. You even say you was a liar and a criminal. Why should I stop? You willing to destroy my mission for y'all selfish behavior? At the same time, I was going and calling Social Security, and I say, hold up, and I was calling the local government behind Social Security, and I was calling behind, and the guy gonna tell me to shut up. That's not what they gave me that number for. The call center does. Atlanta needs some help, and I'm about to solve it for Atlanta. They was being mean to me, and I want to tell when I come to Atlanta, if I go to Atlanta, we going to Atlanta. And when I first stand, let me tell you, the only time I probably go to Atlanta to address Social Security. And let me tell you, I'm not going to Atlanta, but no, Atlanta going to meet the Atlanta senators and Atlanta Social Security going to be in Capitol Hill. You fight for yourself, man. You fight for yourself. You don't know a thing that you should be able to fight for. You fight for yourself. And God said, I want them to keep smiling and everybody to keep smiling about what they did. I want you dumb, you retarded, you scared of your little brother MO3. I want everybody to keep smiling and keep. When I left May the 17th, left that courtroom, they was laughing and antagonizing me, right? They was laughing and antagonizing me in front of my mom, and Miss West was antagonizing me, right? That's not right. I sit out there in that park, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night, Addison. And I sit up there in that garden state by garden, like, oh, you dumb, antagonizing me, right? You think God said we finished yet? God said we will fight. We will fight and never give up. God said you have my money, but you don't have my heart. You don't have the love of me. You don't have none of those things of me. I grow the bond with people, and that should matter. Not just doing a thing. No, we set up there, we chill on different apps, we connected, we connected. Let the network send the Trump already had my thing. Well, since I should have lied for. I see Trade Truth, Black Lives Matter. What about disability matter? I see Bum B fighting for something, and he's at college university. Why my mission should be stopped? Nobody understands. It's sad where I can't even. They fight for something, and Trade the Truth and them fight for something, but disability they can't fight. We got to be beaten, prosecuted, but when it comes to them coming together on the streets, we can't fight for this. This is about call center broke rules. Turn it. This is about the call center breaking rules, neglect and abuse. Every time they don't want to listen to us, but they rather listen to their community and their businesses. Look what's going on with Senator Ted sitting with the businesses. But when we in front of Senator Ted right now, if disability get in front of Senator Ted, what Senator Ted hear us out? What if Senator Ted go in front of a Social Security right now? What he hears out? Will he go to a Social Security business and stand right there? Will he go to our local office and hear us out and talk to them about business? Social Security is a business too. Say if he go to my local office right now, Senator Ted, and he talk in front of them right now, would you hear them out, Senator Ted? Can you hear us out? Can you hear us out? But people don't care. They care about themselves. Let me tell you something. How can you hate people that you never even met? How can you understand? People trying to swear me in gang when I was in there. And one thing, I didn't know that too much about it, but you go to civil rights me understanding something about the 1987. I hope they hear me. I hope gang hear me. I hope they hear me, man. I really hope some gang members hear me and understand the disagreements. And sometimes they will never understand. Sometimes a gang member will never understand me. You go to one thing the 1987 gangs talk about, the more they mess with us, I'm gonna mess with them. But if you go to civil rights and talk about local government, discrimination on street parkway, and if I was in that legal position of any gang and all of, I would tell them, hold up, um, let's get out, stop being on social media, and let's go to the civil rights. And you get discriminated on hospital, local government, stores, hospital, police. This is on, they're gonna talk about did this happen in if this happened in the custody that the police know. I was going to the barbershop and the police officer intimidated me. So I went on a civil rights thing and it's actually did this happen in the of a hospital discriminating on you. Any one of those things, it talks about that in those foreign plat. It talks about that. It talks about that in those things. In all of those things, it talks about that. You know what I'm saying? But we have a disagreement. I'm talking to people from all over, and I'm going binds with people. And I'm going binds. That matters on different platforms. Chicago, New York, Detroit, Tennessee. I didn't get along with everybody. Atlanta, I didn't get along with everybody. And but some of that stuff matters. On UP Live, Detroit, some of the people I talked to on different platforms. Hot Boy Turk was on UP Live for a little while. And I'm like, man, I got 30, 40, 50 accounts. And he was on UP Live for a while. My mission always been about Social Security. But Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, I'm going to show them. Oh, that guy in Window D, you better get ready. You better get ready. Next month, and let me tell you something. I'm gonna get me a fit. I'm gonna find me some dress shoes, some dress shirts next month, and I'm waiting for Senator Ted to send me a letter. I want us to meet. I found out in Atlanta that I got, thanks to the Atlanta senators, the assistant, that I got a caseworker that's working on my case. And if I got a caseworker in Atlanta, I got a caseworker all over that trying to get the cause together. They're trying to get everything together and all of those things. So this is about how veterans are being treated in Atlanta. Oh, that guy who went to do in that Atlanta office that neglected me and that call center told me to watch my mouth. I can't decide what discipline. This is the problem where the call center keep hanging up on us. Oh, if they don't treat us right, we act to speak to a manager, and they do a survey afterwards. And they do a survey and they do a survey afterward, and they still don't let us. We don't even get a chance to do the survey because of the call center misconduct. When I scheduled a call in 2019, all right, I scheduled a call in Washington about the call. They said, "What this is about?" All right, we talked what this is about. I won't change a thing when we fighting for something greater. I won't change a thing. And let me tell you, I told him on the Social Security, my son is going to stand against you. If he see people getting treated bad, veterans, or anything, he's in Atlanta. If he walk one day, I want him to stand, not pay attention to himself. The same thing I seen in downtown Atlanta when that veteran, I made a complaint when I was in Atlanta. When I was in Atlanta, after I got out there, I called the call center and I made a complaint. And they would look at that where they complain at. But it wasn't just about me. It wasn't just about me. It's about what I saw. Who's going to be willing to stand there? Because the security guards watching. They don't care how disability get neglected and abused. Let me tell you what I had to do. I had to go to every Social Security and I had to give it to the Senator, the Justice Department, where every office that I was went to. And I only gave them half of the office that I went to. I told them I want everything you gave to MO3 and them and the rest of them. I want everything. I want everything back. And then the mayor trying to hide the cards when he laughed and turned it at me. I counseled. But we can't be listened to, right? It's something where a disability can't be understood. You know, they cut me off when I told them when I was actually transitioning through jobs in 2018, and they lied to me and told me I'd take it to work, and I was going through a racist thing, going through jobs. And name is Tammy. This the same job I was trying to before I worked, before I started working at the Irving thing, and I was going leaving Walmart. Ticket to Work program don't got nothing to do with this. Hold up, I'm telling you that the guy at Ticket to Work program said, "I'm trying to Hubert. We calling Social Security. All right, I'm doing my part. I am doing my part, and Hubert, I need you to wait. Give me time if I can get you a job and get you out of this racist situation." But the call center wasn't willing to listen to me. I understand what the Ticket to Work program was willing to do, and I was trying to give time. But the call center was not, they lied to me. They talk about honesty. What honesty you giving? What honesty they giving? One thing, I might didn't go up there on my local office every time, but trust me, I tried to listen. But you think that's fair? The community is, they're not being fair. Let me tell you, me and Mirza not talking right now. But let me tell you, sometimes me and Mirza and his mom used to always talk about And his sister and them used to always talk about um Social Security bad misconduct. You know, they were so scared. You know, this lady at the call center told me this guy told me, Hubert, I need you to wrote what's happened, and I need you to write down what happened, and I need you to drop it off at the box. But I didn't drop. I wanted to talk. I sit up there and wait where I said they didn't want to. They didn't want to give me a time to talk to you. You know what? My little nephew with that, and I found my old friend Perpetrator in there. That we grew up with in New Orleans, and we saw some of our friends up in there that we chill with in Carrollton. And Perpetrator said in New Orleans, I hang out with you. That's like blood. He understands me more. He said, I hang out with you. And Perpetrator, he from New Orleans. He was at my local office. People that I used to hang out with was at Social Security and at my local office. And I hang out with you. And the next thing, I waited right there. When as soon as I dropped that letter off, they wanted to pick it up. And they stared at me. You had enough time to call me over there. You stared. Let me tell you, you stared at me the whole time. You had enough time to call me over there, but they stared at me. All right, I did what was told to do. I tried to talk to y'all, but y'all didn't want to give me a time of the day. So you know what? I dropped that letter off. I stopped waiting. And Boosie got off the line. He got off the line. He got off the line. He talk about he love God, but he don't. But I have to stop doing what I'm doing. That's not fair. But we getting killed because of us not listening to each other. We casting stones on each other because we not willing to listen. You know, I was at that Garland station before I left. When I was in Garland, these two people came and talked. I didn't argue with them about their point of views. I said, I understand you, but I also want them to understand me. These two dudes at Garland. I want them to understand me, and we didn't argue with each other. We went on the train, tapped each other off, and I was supposed to go to the hospital, but I didn't go to the hospital. I had to go meet my mom and things, and stuff happened. I was connecting with people at the Garden Library. Look at the Garden Library. I was talking to kids and all of those things. I was talking while I was at the Garland Library. You know what that person saw at the Garland Library? I've been at that Garland for a week. And he said, Hubert, he saw racism coming out the library, the white and black. He saw racism. I told my mama everything is going to add up, and it's going to add up. God said it's going to add up. Joe Biden told me to give him time. I'm trying, but the enemy don't want to give us time. The enemy don't want to give us time. The enemy don't want to give us time. You think it was right that I had to reach out to Obama and them to reach out to Boosie, to reach out? You think that's right that I had to reach out to Obama and them to reach out to BG in the prison that you lied? You was being watched the whole time. They don't have nothing to do. They was walking amongst y'all. Trump had people walking amongst y'all when y'all was not even here. And when I came back from my doctor, they was still watching y'all. I don't care if they was on the bus or the street corner. They passed me, and I saw the spirit of the DA driving back. I saw them. They was watching y'all in the mall, and they was watching. That's nothing to do with me. I'm going to attack my mission, and I'm still watching Capitol Hill, talking about North Social Security office. That lady that told me I saw that you want and hung up. I called right. I called right when I was at my local office. I called them right when I was on the phone, and the call center didn't want to help me. Hey, I don't hide nothing. I would call them right when I was on the phone with them. When I stood there and they still didn't want to listen. That lady argued with me, said, I can't decide. Come on, Senator Ted, that's me. Let's discuss this decision. Let's discuss this decision. Let's discuss it. Let's discuss this decision. If this lady want to argue me, say I can't decide what discipline they have. All right, let's discuss it. When they treat taunting and laughing, rules was broken. If they look in the office and see me calling Social Security call center right there, if they look at that camera right now, at the Justice Department, look at that camera right now, and they see me calling the call center, why I'm still walking there and I'm calling them. What that means? When I'm leaving out and still calling them, they don't want to listen to us, but they rather listen to the community and the business. I see what Senator Ted doing. But I'm working for them. Boy, you better stop. When MOU and MO3 took something, that got nothing to do with me. But when I walk outside my door, I tell God, God protect me. I hope my enemy understand, but sometimes they will never understand. They will never understand. Look at the network. Trump had my network. Look at the network senators. Look at that. We bring that into the courtroom. What do I have to lie for? And I still gotta be bothered with this man, this unfair, and Governor Abbott making me go through because he's being selfish with his community. I had the right, the civil rights. All that money came with pain. It didn't have nothing. I was still being denied. You know what? I was at that baseball field with my little nephew, and we was talking about on my other. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't on none of these things. We was talking about Dragon Ball Z and how life is not fair. Every kid, we can participate. We still don't get treated fairly. All of those kids that was around. Hubie baby, Hubert Sellers, Get Money Styles Away. Go to Mirrors of Catholic 123. Look down at YouTube. You see Wish Your Head of Wood. Talk is cheap. But those things are understanding. But I have to be the one that understood things, right? And y'all lied and talked about me. And by Drake said, we didn't hear that much about you, but I promise the truth. Why would you lie like that to come up? And you want somebody to forgive you. That's not right. But you don't know I've been talking to people in Chicago, New York. Shout out to New York Bambi. I didn't just only call DJ me. I called iHeartRadio, New York Network, bars, people that was willing to listen. People that was willing to listen to what I had to say. That didn't ignore me. No, that didn't ignore me. That didn't all just care about coming up and being famous to do anything behind it. Go watch a video in 2019 when they say a person of interest. That's talking about Social Security. You can lie if you want. I got a challenging partner and I gotta have a whole lot to work on, but I'm about to work. I'm working on it. We about to work on it. We're about to work on it. I'm not out to argue with anybody. I know the challenges I face, and I'm about to work on it every day. I've been reading books since 2000. I got a Books and Noble. I go to Spotify, baby. We about to work at it. I'm about to work on my growth and getting better, more better, and better and better. We about to work on it. We are about to work on everything. We understand what the challenges that's ahead. but we about to better ourselves like it's no tomorrow. And I'm working and I'm picking when I get myself in a bigger place. I'm not in a good area. Then I'm in start school. Right now, this community, I gotta have bigger gates. I'm not in a great community since they didn't lie. In a community that don't want to understand. When God told Moses, when Moses painted, let me tell you something. When Moses crossed the ocean, God told him, I want you to build a wall after they crossed the ocean. Then build another wall after they crossed that ocean. Then build a hole. Then build another wall. God said, I want you to keep building walls and putting holes in ground. Keep building walls and putting another hole. Then another hole. Then another wall. God said, our enemy will not get to us. You know, when I called one of the senators and I talked about, so this is a Texas problem. No, this is a United States problem when we dealing with call center all over. You know, when I kept trying, I got a call center of Social Security in Mexico. You think I'm giving up? You think that's I'm quitting because of that? You think that this is over? No, baby, this is far from over. We are making changes in ways that we can understand. And sometimes our black people not going to understand. Sometimes our black people are not going to understand those things. I can tell you I worked for DJ Kelly while you lied, right? Senator Vice President Harris got with Lil Wayne and BT. I just sued BT for 30 million for support Yellow Breezy, right? That's my civil suit. That's coming to me. That's not coming to else. For being a part of racism and lies. That ain't coming to me. That's coming to me. Nobody else. That's Drake. We didn't hear that much about you, but I promise the truth is going to be revealed. No, I'm ready to fight for what is right, what is true. You know, Miss Lee at my local office said they proud of me before I left. Are you really proud of me? Because what is going on right now is not right. What is going on right now with the community and society is not right. And I know people are gonna laugh and turn, but they don't care. They don't have that luxury. Are you really proud of me like you say you proud of me? You know, I remember getting mad at Miss Lee when they threatened to cut me off. You know, I got mad at her about when them two teamed up on me, the Mexican guy teamed up on me. I said, I ain't gonna let nobody stop my growth. I ain't gonna let nobody tell me what we can't learn and what we can't do. You know why I had a problem with it in Dallas, why we didn't get along? Because of my about my belief. I wasn't gonna let nobody manipulation about my belief. I know everybody. And when I was in Dallas County, I got him on a Alicia Keys song. And I said something about Alicia Keys, different point of views, and I let people listen to Time and they listen and let me listen to Genuine and all of that. You know, Memphis, Tennessee, man. I hope everybody, man. Memphis, Tennessee, when I left the program, they was cool, but I hope we can come to understand. It's so much going on that make me not want to be here no more. Once I left Judge Kennedy program, and you know, they put me back in there. They was doing wrong. The mayor don't even want to talk about how he made me lose money. He got something to do with it. It's gonna come back to bite him. When those two businesses in Addison when they're tagging it and laughing at me, when the protective services was out there and all the rest of the people are not getting messed with, but I'm the only one that's getting messed with. So I gave it to the FBI and they're gonna see what's going on. But you understand, you act like you know what's going on, and you know what's going on in this situation. You think you really know what's going on in this situation? You think you really know what's going on? My little teenager friend, they get on my little nerves because I was sleeping. Hubert. I wish they had it all. I was asking them and all the rest of them. I wish everybody on Mikey. I wish they them the best. I wish they had it all. I wish really everybody from New York I talked to in different parts of New York. I wish and just like you on here. I wish I had it all. I wish they had it all, man. On here, man. We talked about connection. I wish them the best. And I hope they stand out of trouble and listen to live Boosie on the phone. So what I have to lie for? This don't got nothing to do with me. And when I was in Atlanta and I was on Social Security, we talked about Chicago say they got a problem. New York say they got a problem. Detroit say they have a problem. People from different apps. I didn't stay on the same apps and everybody telling me they got a problem with the call center. Veterans getting treated bad. You know, the people on the streets, they made gang members. Y'all might have, you got family. Think about your family, you got a disability. You probably don't even talk to your family, but still think of them. We listen to each other. I'm on different apps talking to people on California, Detroit, Chicago, Tennessee. Now I remember this guy got this place, he's sitting in his car, and I'm telling him, Hubert, how you get that, man? Other models telling me, Hubert, I believe in you. I love your work. Other women in swimming pools. While Waka Flocka was talking about that fake and not believing. I already got music already. But we are more stronger than anything that we done. But let me tell you, God said, I see the spirit. If they go to the civil rights app, they will know something. It talks about police brutality in the hand. Stop recording videos, and you should have another phone on the civil rights. It talks about you tell the local government that they can't check their car. They gotta have a warrant. Go and tell them that on the civil rights, and it talks about all of that. It talks about all of those things on the civil rights app. It talks about that on the civil rights app. Did this happen in the custody of the police or the custody on the hands of the custody battle of the police? And they're gonna tell you no or yes. Where did it happen at? It happened on school property. It happened at. It talks about local shower, local police officers. It talks about that, all that on the Civil Rights Act. Y'all need to stop having y'all other people that are on my apps. I tell them about what the knowledge I know in the 14th Amendment. I know. You know what I'm saying? It talks about all of that. It talks about all of those things. You see, Boosie in the car, Boosie anyway, you don't know where you want to be at, huh? Y'all people watching you, you know where you want to be at the end of the day, right? But we the one that's gotta lose. The honesty and the truth gotta lose. When I picked up a book, you know what that character library told me? That guy, that person at the library, I want to tell you who banned me from Walmart. I want to tell you when you think I want you to think when you know what's going on. You think you know what's going on at the American people, what they think. When Joe Biden told when Trump said, I did nothing wrong, I did this for us. You think you know when Doug Miller lied on me and who unbanned me from Walmart. Trump unbanned me. When Desmond, go to a video when Desmond Miller was getting banned from, he was getting unbanned from Walmart. Go to a video when he was getting unbanned. When Desmond Miller was getting interviewed, go to a video and he asked him, would you vote? Would you vote for Trump? I don't know about that because he had a racist motive with his black employees. Now go to a video on HBO if you think you know it all. Why you think Ice Cube came down here? I'm on Twitter. I hear the criticism loud and clear. God hear the criticism, but we able to work on it as we go. I don't care on Governor Abbott. I'm on Senator Ted Page talking about. You think I care? TIC expect nobody to understand. So okay. So when I walk out my door, I'm walking with God, right? I'm walking with God, and God loving us as we do, and as we access it. And God love us as we access it. He love us. Let me tell you, you hug the body of a woman. You love the money, but I love God. I hug my flag. When I'm out there, I hug my flag. I hug my flag. I hug God. One thing God said, you make sure you forgive family, even when things don't look up and down. And people call me a rat. That's racism when you call a rat. What was said? You dumb, you retarded. You scared of your little brother, MO3. Antagonating the mindset. What was said, what was out there. They watching. And God said, I want them to watch. They watching. And let me tell you, God said, I've been having my eyes on you. I want Boosie to know, the eagle, the American eagle, been having his eye on you the whole time. The American eagle been having his eyes on you the whole time. And that's not funny or what's going on here. That's sad, man. That's not a joke when you lie on somebody to come up. BG got out. Yeah, he got out. He got out early because of me, because I had to reach out to Joe Biden because this is so scary. Yeah, that's cool. But the difference that you lied. Like that song, bitch, you lied to me. Niggas, you lied to God. That's why we keeping our distance. Bitch, you lied to me. That's why we keeping the distance. Betray the truth, act like they standing for something. God said, you stand by this stuff, you kill God. You kill everything that you stand for. I talked to people in Chicago, New York, Detroit, all over. I told them about the building, LA. Oh, how y'all want to paint y'all music building? How I want to paint y'all music building? Let me tell you, things don't work out. I can just take my justice from my Social Security. And I already got a check coming from McDonald's already, baby. Oh, you definitely. I got a check coming from McDonald's. You definitely. My enemy, God said, I want my enemy to know what we saw in Browns. The customers being racist. What we saw when I felt like I was in an episode of Damn Life. When Eddie Murphy was trying to get damn apple pie or something. And Martin, I feel like I was in the episode of Life when they walked into the damn town. I want the Justice Department to look what I saw when I was first. Something was not right. It was a setup of racism. You know what I stayed my ground. You know what I did? I stood my ground. And I told him I ain't going nowhere. Oh, if you don't leave, I'm gonna call the police. You know what I said? No, I ain't going nowhere because you set me up with racism. Some was off with the customer. The customer was not right. The customer was not right. Something was off. They eyeballed me. Something was off with the customers. Something was not right, God said. I used to go to church in Irving. I used to go to church in New Orleans. You know, as a kid in Marrero, my mama we was talking to my mom who made it 17. And as a kid in Marrero, we used to go to church with my brother grandma, and we stayed there. It's a lady that said she was kin to Mexican, mystical, and she used to show us a picture of mystical and them growing up. Yes, Hubert Sellers. You know, I just lost my auntie Linda. You know, one of the things she died in New York and they buried. My brother went to the funeral, but me and her used to always talk. And my brother went with my stepbrother, Josh and Jerry. And you know, me and Linda always talk. When we came down here to Houston after Katrina, we came down here with Jeremy and Tiger. And one of the things my auntie Linda told us, Hubert, you know, you're not talking to your cousin Tiger and Jeremy and Tiff. But remember the love y'all have, the connection. You're not talking to them. And we would talk every day in New York when Russell. We would talk when she used to talk Hubert on Facebook, and I still got some of that message. We would talk. My brother Josh and Jerry, we would talk. Jeremy and them was so bitter, but you know what my auntie said? Hold up, you. Long as we communicate. And she get on the phone and talk to my mom, long as we communicate. You might don't be talking to your cousin Tiger or Jeremy or Tiff and everything right now and all the rest of them. And I got a stepbrother named Josh and Jerry and all of their life family. You might don't be talking to them right now. All you gotta do is push it under the thing. But you know what we understand? You know when I talk to my auntie Linda, that's forgiveness. Even though you're not talking to them. And he's so, you know, before that girl in Dallas broke our relationship, I got a tattoo right here. Mary Marissa, 1, 2, 3, look down. We men think we have all that situation. And when Mary Mirza got in, me and Sabina got into an argument, it's not time yet. Mom got into it, and then she talked about my kid. I said, you don't want us to look, this don't got nothing to do. I can take care of us and still my kid can be taken care of. Oh, my kid has asked for time, baby. And he taken care of without Taylor even Swift go with Travis Kelce. That's her boyfriend now. Taylor Swift had some boyfriend. Uh-huh. You don't know nothing yet. When Taylor Swift made that song about me. Hey, you don't know. Hey, Taylor Swift probably get rid of that boyfriend too. Hey, God said me and Taylor Swift gonna make a good couple too. When we stand together, when God's children stand together and 9 believers. Oh yeah, yes. Hey, my stepdad watching football too, right? Right, look at him live. Hey, he like look at him live. If I'm gonna be with Taylor Swift, I'm a marry. It ain't gonna be none of that, partner. That what God said. Look at him. He think he got this all figured out. We can let God handle this in a way that we can't even understand. Let God handle this. I'm gonna let God. You know, DJ Kanye West should even not even got with Jay Prince. He should have been there with DJ Khaled. The DJ Khaled know was more was going on than anything, right? He know what's going on, right? What's the conversation? Ask Bun B, did he tell them that I were from? Ask the conversation what he said. Ask the conversation. You know, Senator Harris and them better work this out. That this is a mess. This is a mess when y'all let this go and y'all was watching in the mall and watching stupidity. But you got a family to feed. God said, I got a nation to feed, but my child will not be stopped when he got other issues that he needs to attack. God said, I know you'll move before you know it. I want him to hear me. God said, I want him to hear me. I want him to hear me when my fight is greater than any of it. I want him to hear me when my fight is greater than anything. One thing God said, we don't care about that basketball court. When it's time for us to get us, we're going to have 10 Hummers delivered to us. We're going to have 10 G-Wagons delivered to us. We're going to have, God said, we're going to have everything. We're going to have more than that. We don't care about that. God said, you're going to get more gifts and more than anything when you understand me and you fight for something that's greater. We don't care about what they have. And let's not just focus on what they have and focus on us. That's what's going to get us pushing forward. Let me tell you something. My teacher put at Newman Smith Theater put too much of time into me. Hubert Baby, Hubert Jr. Nobody wanted to listen to me. Laughing and taunting at that phone call. Now they trying to know the phone calls in Dallas. And now the mayor trying to act like he on my side. Hubert Baby, Baby Legend, Get Money Style the way Hubert Sellers. On that Trill app, I created a Trill. I could be getting money for that Trill app. I created that. I came up with the idea why somebody took my idea. But God said, I rather lose while you win. Why they take from me. And God said, I found out about the business, but my enemy's still driving around. You ruin things for me, and I can't even talk to them. That's sad, bro. That's just sad. I look at this situation sad. When my goal was bigger than anything. Sad, man. You try to stop other people from getting to know me. That's sad, bro. That is sad. All I can look and say is sad, bro. Me and God can look and say it's sad, man. That's all we can do right now. Look, man. That's all we can do is sad. Say sad. That's sad. It's sad, man. I'm going to LA film production anyway. Even if this don't work out, I'm going to LA film production anyway. Even if this don't work out, I'm gonna be in LA film production, getting there, learning because I took drama in school. Even if this don't work out, I'm gonna be doing that. I was on different platform. I'm looking forward for something new. I'm gonna work hard at my growth. And I'm gonna go to college and get my thing. Trust and believe that. But we're gonna do it from home. Right now, we're not in a steady balance right now. I need gates around my stuff and big gates. And trust me, where you from? I'm from New Orleans, but I stay in Texas. Shout out to the West Bank, Berman Elementary, and Fantasy Williams. They turned into elementary school now. And my band teacher used to get on my ass. If that's acting up in the class and that's going and talking to the cheerleaders and the horses. I never been to a football game, but I marched in a Superdome and I seen my face in the Superdome. Shout out to Darlene Baby. Mooney Cornell, one of my brother friends, our friends Cornell, was in that Mooney. Baby mama was in the New Orleans bounce video in New Orleans. Shout out to Mooney. Oh, that shout out to Melissa. Shout out to my auntie. Shout out to everybody. Baby, Darlene, Plucky. You know, I still talk to them on my other Facebook. And I remember Darlene cracking a joke at me, say he was old smelling the rock cooking self. They used to get on my case about acting like the Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, he was your ass crazy. I remember BG family member told me, I'm going to the studio with BG, stay our badass out of trouble. We was on the news and then we were playing with fire extinguishers. Stay our badass out of trouble. And BG had a green and black motorcycle and he had the low haircut. I remember my nanny tried to give him the squat up the CD. I need you to go up there, but squat up there wanted to let me go. I was too acting like a badass, acting like a wrestler. I remember we broke into the vending machine and everybody, we shared everything. We took the crowbar and we broke into the vending machine. I'm doing good. How you doing? And everybody shouted, I got a stab right here. I got a stab wound right here. And after the squad and them gutting them, Victor and Vincent, shout out to Victor and Vincent. And Victor and Vincent that got caught on Canal Street. And I go now, we played basketball with everybody played basketball with them. Um and um and I go back, we always got our own basketball goals. The apartment let us have our basketball goals. And that would keep us out of trouble in the apartments. And they say, hold up. I knocked on the mama door, the twin and door, and they say, I asked where they at. They in jail. They got caught. I said, where the hell you get caught on connect? You know, they everybody used to get on my ass. But everybody used to get on my ass and said, you need to stop acting like, boy, your ass crazy. When bullets flying on the street, they say, your ass is crazy. And after I moved out the apartment, I moved on Lakeland Drive. But they think I was losing because of the mayor misconduct. When you gonna tell the people the truth? When you talked about me in inbox and y'all lied, y'all all came up. Tell them the truth, the fights was breaking out. I was talking to people in Garland, Texas about the blueprint. When the truth is gonna be heard. When the truth is gonna be told. I communicated with people for 3 weeks at Garland, Texas library. The same day I got arrested, I was on that train. But you know what God say? Let God fight out all our battles. I don't work for, let me tell you something. But people, I was at CPS office. And one thing we talked about, me and these CPS officers, we talked about a lot of things in Dallas. And we had some great conversations. We had some great conversations. And one of the things say, if I asked him if God was here, would you fake your love for me and would you love him? Say Said Hubert, I love him, but that's deep in the spirit. I was at another CPS office in Dallas. Said, if I don't support you, if I support you, if I don't, my God will support everything I do. He will make sure we win at all costs. We win at all costs. That's not cool, man. That is not cool of the lies y'all told. One thing family can be forgetting, forgive, but all this other shit, street shit is not right, man. All this community male behavior is not right. My mission, while you lie with racism and I got bonds all over too. Come on, let's get. I can get back on my other accounts, not this Snapchat and all the rest of those things. I can get back to one guy on live me this just he asking me, where do you want to go? I tell him LA film production, and I want to go over there and take film production. I ain't no rat nigga when they was watching y'all already. But you know what we gonna do? God said we're gonna work at it every day. We ain't gonna trip about the lies that y'all tell. We're gonna keep family in contact, keep the mentality of family, and because the community care about this stuff, that's the main thing we need to keep in contact. That's the main thing we need to keep in contact. My weather, I heard a little lightning. There's a little raining a little bit. Is that rain? Yep, it's raining a little bit. And I'm gonna tell the Justice Department, I'm gonna tell it, God said we would not lose. And then I'm gonna go to civil rights and make a racial complaint on the Justice Department. Yes, baby. Yes, we would not lose. God told me to tell the Justice Department we would not lose against liars and MO3 and them and the rest of them that did me wrong. Family is forgiven. This is about I told my mom to not let the evil and racism and lies set us apart. And let racism and lies and black people that care about themselves set us apart. I'm a rat. But half of the people that go to your concert, bam. Look, I don't got time for that, man. It's raining out there. But you understand the connection that I was talking about, everybody at the thing. And they listen, you think you understand that? Racism and lies. You choose him over God, over honesty and God. That what Texas did. Racism did. And I'm going to tell the Justice Department, and this is going to be against the Justice Department, lies and racism and lies in Dallas, Texas. But we got to be the one that lose. Joe Biden told me to give him a chance and give him time, but the enemy don't want to give time. You put me in this situation, and Joe Biden, they going to get me out of this situation because of the cost and the behavior. You don't understand my mission. You never would. God said you act like you love me, but you never would. Let me go because we got people that did not. Hey, you too want to do that? Well, we got people that's listening to us too, right? We've been having people on other platforms, right? God said, no matter what, let nobody come between family and communities that think about themselves. No matter what, because at the end of the day, they want to live on while your family suffer. God said, no of that. Then he talking about yellow breeze, talking about if you can't let go, if you can't take a loss, but you ain't taking no losses. That's on me, baby. That's on me, baby. I ain't taking no losses. God said I ain't taking no losses to my child that believes in me and never gave up on me. He ain't taking no losses. He ain't taking no losses on what y'all did him. He ain't taking no losses. That's on me, baby. And we ain't taking no losses. That's on me, baby. God ain't taking no losses. God said we fight with everything, but you keep your mama and your family and let them do what they does. Have sight. And God told me to tell you, when I go to the civil rights and I make this $30 million lawsuit on Justice Department, I get off of here against a disability. God said we ain't losing. You believe lies over anything. We ain't losing. Or it talks about you get discriminated on a disability, thing, color, race, native, everything. It talks about that. Races, it talks about that. And that's something our Mexican kids and everybody need to know about the civil rights too. That's something they need to know about. If you get discriminated on school, and police been stopping you. Stop being on the phone all the time and go to civil rights. Have another phone, go to civil rights, and local government mess with you. You have a right to be on there. No, MO3 could have been alive if y'all wasn't alive. If y'all wasn't always fighting over who called who and all of these things, I got a list of New York. You know, I didn't just call DJ Envy. That's the sad part. Shout out to iHeartRadio in New York when they told me to look the bars in New York. You think you really got it all figured out? Fights was breaking out at my hotel. You think you really got it figured out? And y'all always talk about the government messing with y'all and all of that. When the protective services was doing me wrong, what I did and over there in Madison, I gave them the two business to look at the camera. The FBI going to be able to look at it. And the lady told me, "Oh, they're gonna check. I hope they checking with the FBI if that's what it is about the mayor misconduct and attorney general misconduct." You was gonna lose millions, right? You was gonna lose millions, right? Hey, you don't know what words that was said in there. When they was gonna lose millions if I carry out this suit. They don't know nothing. They don't know the truth. But God know the truth. Behind MO3 and Yellow Breeze and them lies and all of the mayor lies. Wait till we find out that the mayor's been lying. And they still, God told me to tell the Dallas, as long as the mayor in this position, we don't trust him. We don't trust the liar. I want everything that belongs to me, and I don't care. But remember, if anything happens, Governor Abbott coming down back down with me. The legislator's going down with me. The mayor and the legislator's going. Hey, Trump know the truth. But you want to argue with each other, right? Why Trump don't expose it? Why are the people that talk to me from other apps don't understand? And LA, everybody that doing different things and showing me tricks, showing me in different things. But I hope you make it. Giving them ideas. So you think you got it all figured out? Trump was holding documents. How they got something to do with me? But our black people and all and people that support Yellow Breezy, and they don't want us, they don't want God to win. You think you really know what's going on, right? My friend Bambi in New York, trust me, I'm gonna see her. You hear me? You know, I was going through something, and I hope she knows. She get on stage and get that same thing. Now, sorry that we lost in contact with each other in New York. This all like $130. So if she ever come on stage, yeah, a friend, this is a friend of friends. Friends got to know what you go through. So, and you know, if I ever go to New York and do a show, a big show, a concert at a big concert, man, I will. Now, what I got to lie for? When CNN and the news was talking about me, when they said, "Oh, he's pretending," somebody pretend to be, I have to pretend to be by Yellow Breezy. Who called Dart? Who called the news station when y'all did me wrong in Addison, Texas? Miss and Miss. Oh, I'm gonna get my money. I want my justice from Dart too. If we're gonna take it that way, I called the news about Dart. Hey, I want my justice. Didn't she still behave? And Senator Harris said the person was Dart about Dart behavior. And they called me a familiar, right? I've been going to Newman Smith High School and they've been passing people up for years. And he called me a familiar. All of them, when I was going to the Galleria Mall, called me from the bus driver, called me a familiar, right? Before at Newman Smith, '06 and '07, and Carrollton, Texas, you got the bus stop in front of Newman Smith, and I got it before Newman Smith. And they used to always get on my head, "Oh, you supposed to stop by those houses." So let me tell you, Boosie, that's another 30 million. I'm telling the justice this is going to be a civil suit against the Justice Department. I was talking that same day I got on the train. That's another 30 million. God said we will win. We will win to what we got to understand. We won't stop. But to win my fight with Walmart, we had to understand I had to give to the Holy Spirit of different places. to win this battle of jealousy. Yeah. Stop all that flair. I got you. What's up? I've been in the room sleep. Yeah, I've been sleep. I was there with mom. Now I'm the church early this morning. Now I'm the church. I was sleep. Yeah, I've been sleeping. I've been sleeping. I haven't left hours. I only went to church this morning. Okay. No, I've been sleeping all day. I'm telling you. I've been resting. I've been resting. Sit. I better sleep. I'm like, what's going on? So we going to film production and we doing what we need to do. We doing what need to be done. I ain't trying to get into that stuff. We doing what need to be done. Yeah, I was talking to people and I'm about to sue them for another 30 million for letting this go on. I'm telling you when I'm letting this go on. When I was talking to people and I came back from Atlanta, when I went on a Kroger's interview, the same time about 2000 and when I came back, about this happened when I was transitioning through Walmart, and the same time this was going on. And a person I worked with at 1216, he worked at Kroger's, and I got him on the platforms. So I'm gonna get the Justice Department for another 30 million for letting this go. I'm telling you what we're about to do when we go on the civil rights. I want everything that belonged to me when the civil rights. When y'all are being unfair, racism, lies. Everybody laughing, boy, you just a pawn. Who unbanned me from Walmart when I got lied on? Who unbanned me from Walmart when I got lied on? Who unbanned me from Walmart when I got lied on? We all win. It doesn't matter who vote, we all win. But we have to win in this election when it comes to tax dollars and disability, not having their right to speak up. They rather listen to them. I told Miss Crystal. You know, I was in that mall in 2019 when they was in that mall. I told Miss Krista this. They're like they scared of us, but they have a racial problem. When they was acting scared. But they the one that's not trying to understand us. They the one that fear us. I told Miss Crystal from the Justice Department. I told her that. I told her that from the Justice Department. You know, last year, you know when I was in that cell in 22 and that lady saw me, because you know what I was crying about? I want that judge to know me because I'm allowed to. You know what I was crying about? The fight for my mission. You want to know was the cry about God? Say I was crying, God, don't let them take me off my mission. Don't let me take me off my mission addressing Social Security because of lies. Don't make me understand that. That's what I was crying when that judge looked at me the second time. That's what I was crying. That first judge they should have a fine. When you go to when you ask for another judge and you go to your motion fine against a judge get fined $10,000. They should have an emotion fine against a judge. You don't have to have a lawyer, but your state attorney, if you ask your state attorney have to file that fine motion. So we are a part of God, and we know what we fight for. Yeah. All right, where you going? Where you going, man? Everything is gonna add up. Everything is going to add up. So I see y'all a little bit, right? Instead of raining, yep. Now I'm telling the civil rights against the Justice Department. I want everything you gave MO through with his racist lies and y'all lies. I want everything back. Everything you still willing to give the DFW, I want everything back. You know, hey, you think you had already been caught. They don't got nothing to do with me. I've been communicating with people too off of different apps, Live Me, Buzzcast, different apps. I've been connecting too, and we've been talking about Social Security. People from all over. But that tagging and street takeover, talking about, oh, you dumb and you retarded and this and that, right? And I'm trying to get the Social Security. They stopped me from going to Social Security in Garden. I had to, and another thing, I had to tell the Justice Department I can't even go to Social Security. I had to tell the Justice Department to tell Walmart I couldn't even go to. They rushed my interview progress, the community. That police officer don't supposed to be in that, partner. I'm gonna tell you that, partner. God said I'm gonna tell him again. He don't supposed to be in that because of lies that you tell. He don't supposed to be in that. I'm gonna let the Justice Department know when I file the civil rights on them. That police in Garland, that's another 30 million, does not supposed to be in there. And I'm gonna say it once again because of what y'all doing. I came up with ideas. No, shout out to all the kids that was at that at Walnut Street in Garland. Some of them I didn't have a problem with. Shout out to them. I hope that they make it. I was telling them to pick up business books that are always learning about. No, our kids need to start picking up business books. That would they want us to wait till we get to college and do all that and not learn about businesses. And we should get in our kids and teaching them about business. So what we about to do, I had to tell my baby mama, you need to go to my baby mama, you need to go to civil rights and sue. Oh, hey, that's how they doing it. Honesty is not being given here. I can't even look at all that, man. Hey, but the same day I got arrested, people, I was talking to people before I went to Carrollton, Texas. And that girl intimidated me while I had handcuffs on me, right? Hey, I'm about to get him again for believing lies. Oh yeah, a lion. And the mayor with his lies too. And he's still willing to carry out that lie. God said, you ain't for me. But you want the enemy to watch, right? Why Donald Trump put me in all and put me in this situation. And the mayor dumbass. And it's gonna cause him, right? You know, GP, that's a dumb motherfucker right there, boy. That motherfucker needs some help. Literally. God said he needs some help and he needs to be put away somewhere far where nobody can reach his dumb ass, bro. My son will never be like you. He will be strong, but I'm gonna teach him to think different than you. Then you got this all figured out. Go to civil rights because I've been telling the people I'm not about to argue with y'all on this chat. And everybody calling name, no, nigga, we ain't about to argue. Now, one thing the call center antagonisted, laughed, hung up in the face where we don't get heard. And that's not right. You know the mob on Ain't I Man with Lil Wayne? Ain't I'm the coolest cat that you ever seen. And I fresh and I clean. Boy, God said the mob that we're gonna get our permanent cross. You know what God said? God said we're gonna get our permanent social security across. We're gonna get our permanent cross. With the cost and the social security not listening to us and hanging up in our face. They rather listen to the businesses and not listen to us. God gonna get his permanent cross too. Now I want the state of Texas and I want the legislature. We gonna get our permanent cross too. I'm about to work at it, baby. We about to change a whole lot up. We're about to change a whole lot of things up. We ain't going nowhere. We about to change it up like a mug. I'll see y'all later.